Hello and welcome back to Space Engineers. My name is Rabenschild. I'm still working on the Model 3 rover here and I have to make some changes, kind of. This thing gets heavy and Space Engineers does what Space Engineers does best once physics don't line up anymore. So this wheel starts to move into the voxels pretty hard. And I don't know why it just does it on this side. For some reason, this side doesn't do it so hard. It's not the fact that it right now sits in the thing. It moves through there sometimes, and that's not a good thing. I tried to change some things with the blocks or the grid themselves. I tried to add basically a second wheelbase to the suspension here. And the weird thing is that it worked on this side. It worked on this side. And I could add a wheel, and that was not a problem. For some reason on this side, I couldn't add a wheel. Even moving this out of the way and all that stuff didn't do anything. So there was no way to add a wheel to the second suspension here. I don't know why. Space Engineers does weird things with the wheel suspensions sometimes. Even moving this wheel completely up, moving it out of the way, and trying to add a wheel here didn't work. Removing this wheel, trying to add a wheel didn't work. So I don't know what was up there. I even removed parts of the swing arm here. It's a weird thing. So what I think I have to do is I might have to move the whole arm to the front and add another one so that I have two in the front. That might help. The problem is, you can see there's I could try something that Alex Hudson suggested, and because I don't have space here anymore, so there is no space to add a swing arm here without running into problems. The big thing would be that the wheel for the bottom swing arm would be somewhere here or would be somewhere in there. That doesn't work out. So the idea now would be to... No, it doesn't work. It doesn't work at all. There's not enough space here to add another swing arm. I'm working right now with basically not adding too much weight anymore. That's why I'm using half blocks for the walls here, for example. Maybe that works. Maybe it just works. It could be that it is not that bad once that thing is driving or something like that. Maybe the physics then just kick in. If I would want to add another swing, I would have to add a complete... I would have to add length to the whole thing. That doesn't work. This doesn't work out. Okay, it has to stay that way. So, but Alex Hudson suggested something that I sadly cannot really do here, but that was, or that is a neat idea to kind of give the whole thing a bit more stability while it turns, and to put a bit more force on it he said I could try to turn the suspension around, so not have the suspension attached to this side, but attach it basically to this wall. Give it a bit more strength that way, and kind of catch it better, so it doesn't swing in so crazy. I'm not sure if that's something that would that work for us? Let us test it if this works. So what we can do is push up this thing. I need to turn that on. Turn it on and get velocity on it. No. To the other side. Oh, I can't. That will clang. Because this thing is here. Now, if I move this up, I can go and put the swing basically out of the way, and then just maybe replace the wheel. Let us just try that. So what we will do is put the suspension right, left, the left suspension one by one. Put that here. That is, yeah, that is the right height. And then set it up with the same settings that we have. Let it down and see. I don't know. We will make a short trip and see how well that works. I'm not sure if Space Engineers even lets us really do this. It could be that Space Engineers just decides that this is not something that it wants us to do. Come on. Okay, setting it up with the build vision is just sometimes not really a nice thing. Okay, I need to set this up, height, offset, friction. This all will go. I will do that from the inside. It's just easier. Sometimes it's easier. So you saw that I added a trailer behind this, and the trailer just has at the moment one set of wheels. We will add a few more to it in the end. So right, it is the left. I'm pretty sure this is it. Air shocks. No. What could it be? It is left 4. This is not set to the specifics. This is not. This is it. Minus 0.35 and 80. Air shocks are turned on. Toggle block. Everything's fine. Let us just release the wheel. Come on. works. Again, I'm sure that it works. Does it work better on the other side? That is the most interesting thing behind this, and I'm definitely willing to try some things here. Again, it is something that changes basically the does it change the angle? No, it's not the angle. The fulcrum, the lever. I'm not sure. It has it the far. If it is on the outside, it has a better lever on the whole thing there. That might be the interesting thing here for us. So let us see if Space Engineers is in that regard true to real time or real life mechanics there, or engineering. It doesn't dip that crazy, I have the feeling. Not sure if it did something at all. Maybe it doesn't really matter when it comes to here. So I drove into the wall there and the voxels exploded. Not nice. It didn't change the characteristics too much, I have the feeling. But I might just do that on the front. Have it have a bit more. Sure what it does. It works like it did before. I don't know. I will change that out. Give it a bit of a different angle in the front. That's neat. At least it still works. The whole thing didn't end up just crashing into the grid itself and vanish through the blocks. It's maybe it is because now the physics engine really has something to do. It's a weird thing that happened with the other rover while I parked it on grids. The problem is that grids interacting with each other, and especially when it comes to wheels driving onto voxels, really makes problems. And the big thing about it is that wheels just then phase through it. It seems to be an issue with weight. So the heavier a grid is, the more problematic this seems to be. Kind of like the physics engine can adjust up to a certain weight, and then it just says, nope, I will not do it anymore. And so I kind of fear that it could happen here too. I need to kind of be aware of this and think of it, and maybe try to get weight off the whole thing, at least when it comes to the static weight. Anything that's on there that maybe maybe... okay. Yeah, I will do the same here and then change the angle of this. What I could do then is maybe get rid of some of these blocks and just change them to half blocks. Make it lighter, and yeah, that's a good idea. The slopes don't have half blocks, but I could do it with the other things. And I also bring the whole thing then to the front a bit. The wall here a bit more to the front. I kind of want to hide as much of the suspension as I can. I by the way, I completely forgot what I wanted to do. I don't even know if I said anything in the beginning. It's just, this gets me. This really, it's funny how much this gets me to just start building and not stopping. I'm back into some of the old Space Engineers modes that I had. This whole starting something and then not being able to stop for hours. It's fun. It's really fun doing this. Okay, let us set this up again. Weird. So suspension. I have a thing that is called suspension. That is the, yeah. So, and I'm pretty sure that's then the new one. Yes, steering off. 0. Strength 80. See, there is still a bit of strength left. I brought it up really high just to keep it there. There is a bit of room. Maybe that, I don't know, maybe this works better. I have no clue. I really have no clue, so I can do now. Let's move this. Again. Will this crash? No, there is still space in there, so I can just... No, that's good. 6 is what I need. And then another slope. And then we will do some work with the half block. So the half slabs should be lighter than the full blocks. As far as I know, Space Engineers uses the amount of stuff and what stuff is in the blocks itself to determine weight. And if we can bring it down, the amount of steel plates in something, we should be able to just to lighten the whole thing. So it could be interesting for us to do that. It might remove some of the strength, the armor strength, but I'm not really concerned with armor strength here. So we will see. This will be filled in a bit, also with half blocks. Yeah, I will try to do as much of it with half blocks here. And see that I have some slopes in there so that I can extend some of the blocks up top. I kept this dip here or this pit. I don't know for what yet, but this will be kept, and this will just be one room It's already again too big. The bridge of these things always end up being too big. But that's okay, that's okay. So I will go and build some more, change out some of the blocks, do some work here. Maybe try to add the next set of wheels back here. And then I will come back to you. Just, don't know, just because I want to keep on building a bit more. So I changed out a lot of the blocks in here now for, yeah, half blocks and all that stuff. And I'm trying to use the half blocks wherever I can. I'm making some some incisions here and just cut out parts like this. And I might do it over here too, to just go in there and then just cut out the blocks that are really not needed, not at least as full blocks, and just replace them with the half blocks to be able to just add more blocks on here. I don't know how much weight. So this is 240 kilograms, and what's a full block? 500. So we save a lot of weight by just changing out some of the blocks we don't need for. We even save more than than half. Works out pretty fine so far. I was able to close the roof, and now I'm adding some necessary things to be able to just survive in here. I changed the position of the solar panels. Also some blocks that I can save. I have added the second set of wheels on the back. I don't know if it's a set of wheels because it's not connected. It's all these all these special words. Yeah, the terms for all these things I sometimes just don't know. I will add to close off this here some catwalks, because I can't put blocks in here, not even the half blocks, because this is just in the way. The top part. Yeah, this whole thing comes out better than I thought in some regards. It hopefully gives, yeah, kind of keeps these things, and I'm have the fear that the front ones would do it first, sinking into the voxels. I hope it just saves them from doing that. That thing drives great. This thing already drives a lot better than the first truck. This thing at the moment is a lot better than this one. I have the feeling it's a great thing. There needs to be weight on there now. So the next thing that now comes is adding cargo space, and I'm trying to add more here because this has, yeah, basically just a few cargo containers here in the back. I think it's 6. I'm tempted to double up here, because just adding cargo containers, 3 cargo containers here on this side, and then have just 3 blocks sticking out here, that would make these wheels really unnecessary. Maybe if I just double up, I can, yeah, I don't know, keep it a bit nicer, and I hopefully can make it so that these big wheels seem to be necessary. That's the thing, because even with 2 next to each other, the wheels stick out far more than the, not far more, 1 block more than than the containers do. So I'm thinking how to do this. The problem is that these top wheels here are now the main thing that needs to be kept in mind. So these things, if these things just lose it, then everything else will lose it too. So yeah, it is hard to yeah, I don't know, not hard to explain, but that's what I need to definitely keep in mind, that these top suspensions are the weak point of the whole thing. If they give, everything else gives. So I could add another set, then all this stuff, but I hope it's not necessary. I'm not sure how much force I have or how much strength I have on these wheels. What is the setting here? It's just okay, 100. That doesn't really matter. The thing here is this top part, but this is not a suspension. Here, hopefully nothing vanishes into voxels. So it's a weird thing. We have to keep in mind. I'm not sure how much crazy weight I can put on this. If we think about the big tunnel machine, for example, this thing has 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 12 containers too. If this thing is full, the wheels can't keep up force-wise, or the wheels I had before, and I had more on here than I have on this trailer. So maybe I should keep in mind that putting 12 containers on there could make the wheels lose it a bit. But the thing is that the strength of the suspension was not the problem. The strength of the power of the wheels was the problem. I'm not sure how this all works out in the end. We will test it. Maybe we put on 4 each side before, and then connect it up, and then we have some more space for tanks or something like that, because I'm pretty sure these tanks are not. So this is a tank, it's half full. The hydrogen in there is not a real concern when it comes to the weight. 8 tons. What's up with this thing? The container is just 2.5 tons. 22 tons. Okay. Yeah, this is very different. This is very different. So the containers empty seem to be problematic. The containers full. No. The containers empty seem to be no problem. Containers full seem to be a problem. But the question is, are these containers full? What is... So these containers are very full most of the time? 100. Okay, that's really different. So having just a few things in there might be the solution. The thing is, I usually don't need all the container space. That's the next thing. This needs all the container space because it just stores all the stone that's in there. This wouldn't do that. So putting 8 containers on there should be absolutely enough. What I could put on there are some weapons. What's the weight of one of these? 2 tons, 2.3. What's up with these? 2.3 roughly. I don't know. Maybe this all works out. I have to see. This will definitely also get a wind turbine tower. I'm pretty sure I can do that on here too. This shouldn't be a real weight issue. No, it's not. Yeah, the weapons are a problem because of the things in them. So these have power cells, these have superconductors and all that stuff, and I'm pretty sure it's all the weighty stuff. So this that's why they are heavy. The containers themselves, again, as long as they're not full.
Energy low.
Question is, how full are the containers? So if I go in there and take a look at the cargo, see the large cargo containers never get full. This is the one that has the most in it, and it's still rather empty. So 8 containers on there will be definitely enough, and then I can put some weapons on there without really having to be careful, because again, this is a really extreme example, the tunnel machine. It's a really extreme example because it has always full containers, and that's why I need all the wheels. The two suspensions there should be good. By the way, is the tunnel machine coming to an end at one point? There's something happening. So it's to roughly back here already. Ow. 100. So 20. The small grid is 100 meters from us. A lot less. So the thing is, there's now roughly 20 meters between the surface and the spot where it is digging. So we will hopefully in the near future be through that, and hopefully then also come to, yeah, it will come to the surface relatively soon, hopefully. The thing is, I'm keeping a grid there because that seems to keep the drill and fill systems going. Sometimes the drill and fill systems just stop working. They don't continue to run, and that's why I keep the grid there. I don't know. That seems to load the area whatsoever. It's just driving the rover forward once in a while. Everything's fine. Good people, but I think that's all for today. I want to keep on working on this, but it's the process is me putting on some blocks and sometimes getting rid of them again. I don't know if I can how I can keep this up. So why is it not? Do I need to get closer to it? Because yeah, it could end up that I'm missing parts and I have to put new things on there. Yeah, the driving backwards with this thing, by the way, that's a problem. The trailer at the moment is really light. The wheels are not behaving well when it comes to driving backwards, but as soon as there's weight on there here with the front part, we can definitely see it that driving backwards with this works out really fine. It's because of the angled They're angled swing arms. Good people. I would say thanks for watching. Hope you liked this episode. If you did, please leave a like on the video. Hope to see you in the next one. See ya, guys.